howdy. That's the official greeting here at Texas A&M University, which is consistently rated as one of the friendliest campuses in the country. This Tier 1 research institution is the largest public university in the United States. More than 75,000 students attend this land, sea, and space grant school for the vast opportunities and unique campus culture. Located deep in the heart of Texas in College Station, Texas A&M is a scenic drive from major metropolitan cities like Austin, Dallas, Houston, and San Antonio. I'm your host, Alex Boylan, and over the next hour, we're going to explore this impressive campus to meet current Texas A&M students as they navigate their time in Aggieland. We'll hear stories from aspiring doctors, engineers, and entrepreneurs. The passion of these students for this university and its traditions is contagious. Welcome to Texas A&M University. This is the College Tour. Parker is a senior mechanical engineering major here to tell us why traditions matter at Texas A&M. I'm here with Reveille, the Texas A&M mascot and highest ranking member of the Corps Cadets. Rev and I are excited to hear Parker tell us more about the traditions that make A&M so special.
Thank you so much, Alex, and howdy, y'all. Now, every Aggie here has their own Aggie story, and mine starts in Austin, Texas, where I was fully convinced that I'd stay there for school. But that changed when I toured Texas A&M. From the second I stepped foot on campus, I knew there was something special about A&M's culture that could not be matched. I heard about meaningful traditions on campus, but it wasn't until I saw them for myself that I truly understood what it means to be an Aggie. Silver Taps and Muster are memorial services held on campus to honor Aggies who have passed away. The first time I experienced Silver Taps, I realized I was part of something way bigger than myself. I'm part of a student body that will honor my name and my family, even if they never meet me. I'm also part of a student body that will light a candle in my name at muster when I pass. A student body that stands during the entirety of every football game, a student body that makes everyone feel at home, regardless of any circumstance. It's tradition that binds us into a family that honors and respects each member, their beliefs, background, and values. We are bound by 6 simple core values: respect, excellence, leadership, loyalty, integrity, and selfless service. Whether you're a student, alumni, faculty, or staff here at Texas A&M, you take these values to heart and carry them with you through life's challenges and successes. My time at Texas A&M has been significantly shaped by traditions such as Silver Taps, the 12th Man, the Century Tree, and the Aggie Ring. Tradition is what makes this massive campus feel like a small home for each and every student that steps foot in Aggieland. Tradition is what makes A&M unlike any other university. Back to you, Alex.
Wow, Parker, thanks for guiding us through these passed down activities and ceremonies. The Aggie spirit is more than just the name of the bus system on campus. It's a reverence for traditions and upholding the Aggie core values. Right, girl? At Texas A&M, more than 11,000 students live on campus. Kaya is one of them. She's a freshman engineering major from Houston, Texas. Living on campus, there's plenty of amenities like 3 campus recreation centers, a catch and release fishing lake, and even an artificial ski slope called Mount Aggie. Kaya, walk us through living on campus.
What's up, everyone? Choosing what college to attend is a major decision. That's why I took my time to learn all about Texas A&M University before I decided that it was the perfect fit for me. I've always looked forward to being in an environment that would push my academic goals, and Texas A&M has all the resources for me to achieve that. Living on campus, surrounded by resources that can help me thrive in my classes and keep a healthy social life has been a significant part of my success here. I've made so many friends in Clements Hall. Studying together in the dorms and hanging out at the end of the day is the best part. With housing options like living learning communities or apartment-style housing, I found what I was looking for. I'm also close to so many on-campus dining options, including all you can eat at Sabisa Dining Hall, 3 Chick-fil-A's, and 5 Starbucks across campus where I love to grab coffee. Within a 15-minute walk from my dorm, I can find the Student Rec Center, which has amazing facilities, like their 44-foot rock climbing wall and state-of-the-art gym. The Memorial Student Center, which has tons of meeting space for organizations, and the campus living room, called the Flag Room, and many of my academic buildings. Being so close makes it super easy to get involved on campus and stay active after class. I've learned how much of an advantage it is to live on campus, not only for my social well-being, but also by meeting my academic needs. I can only hope that having these resources in my reach prove to be beneficial as I continue my education here at A&M. Now, back to you, Alex.
Kaya, thank you for being our guide to on-campus living. You've really made the most of your first semester at Texas A&M. It's great that the campus is starting to feel like home. With a variety of housing options, every student can find the right fit for them. That was great. Take care. Texas A&M offers multiple types of orientations for students. Here to tell us about her orientation experience is Zoe. Zoe is a sophomore studying forensic and investigative sciences, one of 45 degree programs in the College of Agriculture and Life Sciences, which focuses on high-impact learning experiences. Zoe, please take it away.
Thanks, Alex, for that introduction. Howdy, y'all. A&M is a welcoming environment, school spirit filled with tradition, a fantastic program for my major, and an ROTC program that will prepare me to become an officer in the Air Force. A&M talks about tradition a lot, and we love to emphasize the fact that an Aggie's first tradition is Fish Camp. Fish Camp is a 3-day, 2-night freshman orientation camp where incoming students can meet current students and learn all about the university traditions while developing friendships with their peers. Over those 3 days, I met my first friends in Aggieland. I went from knowing 0 people to knowing over 150 people at camp. In Fish Camp, we offer presentations, funny skits, and group discussion time on traditions A&M has to offer. We also encourage friendships by giving the campers free time and throwing mixers. I had 2 discussion group leaders or mentors for all of my freshman year. These are people that I could wave at or say hi to when I saw them on campus, and that made me want to be that person for others. So, in the spring, I decided to apply to be a Fish Camp counselor and got the job. Now being on the other side of it, as a counselor, I strive to give freshmen the resources they need to be successful. My counselors helped me navigate switching majors from something I thought I was supposed to go into to a major that I'm actually passionate about. Now I can use my experience and help freshmen understand that they can do the same. I've met so many amazing people through this organization, and I hope to be a part of it for as long as possible. That's my story. Back to you, Alex.
Thank you, Zoe. Texas A&M also offers Impact, a faith-based orientation. Venture Camp, for those who enjoy the outdoors or excel, hosted by the Department of Multicultural Services. All Aggies are required to attend a new student conference, but these overnight camps are a fun way to make friends and learn more about Texas A&M. With more than 400 study abroad programs in 110 different countries, Texas A&M students can explore the world and receive college credit for it. Caitlin is a senior studying architecture, global arts, planning, design, and construction. When she chose her hometown school, she had no idea her Aggie journey would take her abroad. Caitlin, tell us about your adventures.
Thanks for the intro, Alex. I was born and raised in College Station, surrounded by the devoted culture and traditions of Aggieland, along with the amazing community. Many of my family are also former students, what we call our alumni, which inspired my dream of becoming an Aggie too. Little did I know, my Aggie experience would take me across the world. I studied sustainable architecture and urban development through a Texas A&M program in Bonn, Germany. I stayed with the host family, which allowed me to fully immerse myself in the German culture. I traveled with faculty and other students for 5 weeks, participating in many excursions, including to Marksburg Castle, the Cologne Cathedral, and several locations in Munich. We also went to the Netherlands, where we learned about their water barrier systems, participated in a cycling tour, and explored a rooftop exhibit showcasing sustainability. Overall, I traveled to 5 countries, earned credit for courses relevant to my major, and gained knowledge in sustainable practices, architecture, and transportation that will stay with me forever. Before going abroad, I took a semester-long study abroad preparation seminar. A&M advisors walked us through the study abroad timeline, telling us about program options, funding opportunities, and even the passport application process. They were there to guide me through each step and help determine what would be best for me. These new cultural perspectives allowed me to develop personally and professionally and inspired me to stay in Europe after my program ended to explore more sustainable communities. I know I'll be able to use what I learned to benefit communities in my future career. I'm very thankful A&M gave me the push I needed to step outside of my comfort zone and study abroad. That's all from me. Back to you, Alex.
Thank you so much for telling us about your journey to Europe, Caitlin. What an interesting way to learn about sustainable development and earn college credit. It sounds like you were set up for success with the way your advisors helped prepare you for international travel. Many students choose to attend Texas A&M because of a family connection to the university. However, 25% of Aggies on campus are first-generation college students. Javier is a mechanical engineering major from Mexico. He's going to talk to us about how A&M resources helped him find academic and personal success as a first-generation college student.
Thanks, Alex. Howdy, everyone. As the first in my family to go to college, choosing the right place for my education was a decision I didn't make lightly. I wanted somewhere my voice would be heard and my studies would be both enriching and challenging. Texas A&M embodies these characteristics I desperately longed for. First-year student experience and success are some of Texas A&M's priorities, ensuring all their first-year students enroll in an introductory course called Hullabaloo U. Hullabaloo U is designed to help first-year students achieve their goals, encourage a sense of belonging, learn about and utilize campus resources. I was able to be a part of a class with other first-generation college students, which allowed me to connect with those from similar backgrounds to mine and discover a multitude of resources and opportunities throughout campus. My experience during Hullabaloo U was so enjoyable, I decided to become a peer mentor for the course as an upperclassman and help guide future freshmen as they begin their college education. As part of a rigorous academic experience, I was admitted to the university's Engineering Honors Program. This program challenged me in my courses by assigning me additional projects that expand on class material and topics, helping me better understand what I learned throughout the semester. I immersed myself in these organizations and found diverse opportunities to engage in academia, ultimately helping me obtain an internship this past summer with H-E-B, one of Texas' largest grocery companies. Texas A&M has prepared me to be successful in and out of the classroom in manners I could have never expected. I plan on gaining more valuable workforce experience before graduation to be better prepared for the challenges that are yet to come after my time at Texas A&M. Thanks, and gig 'em.
Thanks, Javier. It sounds like you're getting a tailor-made experience at A&M with resources like Hullabaloo U, the Math Learning Center, the LGBTQ+ Pride Center, and others across campus. Texas A&M is committed to ensuring every student is successful and has a meaningful college experience. Seema is a sophomore majoring in biomedical engineering, and she's going to tell us about some of the best spots in Aggieland. Texas A&M is a massive campus, 5,200 acres, big enough to accommodate a large student body, plus the faculty and staff that supports the university. Seema, we can't wait for you to tell us more.
Thanks, Alex. Howdy, everybody. When I first came to Texas A&M, I did not expect to fall in love with the campus as much as I did. This 5,200-acre college campus has stunning landscapes with something for everyone. One of my favorites is the Gardens, a live classroom and laboratory setting for students and visitors alike, showcasing various horticulture disciplines to connect with the outdoors. It is the perfect place for busy students to study or relax. The Gardens also connect main campus to the George H.W. Bush Presidential Library, the 41st President's final resting place. This library is a museum that preserves and displays the records of the president's life. Although not an Aggie himself, President Bush fell in love with the spirit of Aggieland. When touring, I walked through all exhibits of President Bush's life, from childhood until retirement. Cushing Library and Archives has exclusive collections from historical artifacts and primary sources to the Game of Thrones sword collection. There's even an on-campus ice cream parlor. What more could you ask for? The beauty of Texas A&M's campus contributes to a sense of community and belonging. These attractions allow for students to always have new places to discover on campus. This provides me with various environments to study, mingle, and exercise, which positively impacts my academics and social life. I hope to continue exploring campus and growing my connection to my university. Texas A&M is not just a place I go to class, it is somewhere I call home. That's all for me. Alex, back to you.
Seema, thanks for identifying those great spaces across campus. There's so much to explore here and so many amenities that students can utilize and enjoy. I'm personally enjoying the ice cream shop in the middle of Aggie Park. Just make sure when you're on campus to swing by and ask for extra sprinkles. Texas A&M is a Tier 1 research institution with state-of-the-art resources and world-renowned faculty. Something unique to Texas A&M is their undergraduate research opportunities for students. Harrison, a senior from San Antonio, Texas, has experienced this firsthand. He's studying industrial and systems engineering, engineering project management, safety engineering, and applied ethical leadership. His research is helping create a safer world. Take it away, Harrison.
Thank you, Alex. Howdy. Entering college, I made it my mission to improve transportation safety. I had recently lost a high school classmate to a car accident, and I didn't want anyone else to go through a similar experience. Undergraduate research at Texas A&M empowered me to make steps towards creating safer roads for everyone. My research mainly focuses on driver emotional states, such as road rage, which can have severe consequences on the road. Developing an experiment to test methods of lowering emotional states was a long and challenging process, filled with a lot of multidisciplinary learning and work between my lab and professional research institutions. But each challenge brought my research team closer to finding answers. I'm glad I got involved early with research at Texas A&M. It can be as simple as reaching out to your favorite professor. I'm also working to aid in the development of the next generation of aerospace safety instruments, melding my academic knowledge with my personal experiences as a pilot. Over 4 years, I've learned a wide variety of skills, such as physiological testing and programming for virtual reality, skills which have already landed me consecutive internships and yield promising prospects for my future career in the many realms of safety. But research at Texas A&M goes far beyond the field of safety or even STEM focuses. Over $1 billion in annual research funding contributes to advancements in social sciences, multicultural studies, business, public policy, as well as leading research in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Regardless of what you choose to pursue at Texas A&M, you have the opportunity to be on the cutting edge with undergraduate research. So give yourself the challenge of developing the future as an Aggie researcher. Thanks, Alex. Back to you.
Harrison, thanks for giving us a sneak peek at the research you are doing. As Harrison said, there are research opportunities for students on campus regardless of their major and classification. Imagine what you could discover with the guidance of acclaimed professors and elite resources, including 2 Nobel Prize winners. Absolutely incredible. Lauren is a senior sports management major. During her time in Aggieland, she's grown to love the Bryan and College Station community. Bryan and College Station are 2 cities that function as one community, home to about 200,000 people. Lauren, show us around town.
Hi everyone, and thanks Alex. Only 2 weeks before the start of my freshman year, I spontaneously decided to come to Texas A&M. The kicker though, I had never stepped foot on campus, nor had I ever been to Bryan-College Station, Texas. But what I found when I arrived is that the location is full of treasures to discover, with so much to offer college students. Whether you're having a picnic at Lake Bryan in the springtime, driving through Aggieland Safari on a fall day, visiting Santa's Wonderland in December, or simply enjoying a meal at one of College Station's many restaurants after class, there is always a new adventure to be had. Located about 100 miles outside of both Austin and Houston, College Station has established its own distinctive homey community, but is still close enough to Texas's major metropolitan cities for a weekend getaway. As a Texas A&M student, I love spending my mornings in Aggie Park, next to Kyle Field. Tailgating, concerts, and ring day traditions take place here, which are great experiences to share with friends and family. After classes, I head across the street to Century Square to visit shops and restaurants. My recommendation is a crepe from Sweet Paris Cafe, and you can trust me. I recommended it to my parents, who now insist on going every time they come to visit. The Bryan-College Station area is the prime example of the perfect college town. It continues to grow and thrive, which is owed to the Texas A&M community that enriches the culture of this cherished city. Thank you for letting me share this special location with you guys. Back to you, Alex.
Thanks, Lauren. Bryan and College Station are a great place for students to explore between classes. How convenient is it to be within a 2-hour drive from Austin, Dallas, Houston, and San Antonio? You can spend your weekends exploring eclectic downtown Bryan, attending a professional sporting event, or singing along at ACL. That was great. Thanks again. Some students struggle with the expectations and workload of college coursework. Texas A&M wants to help students with these challenges. London is a senior studying biomedical sciences, creative studies, and performance studies. London's going to elaborate on some of the resources she leaned on her freshman year. Go for it, London.
Thanks for the introduction, Alex. Howdy. In my first year, I realized how challenging it can be to adjust to college-level coursework from high school. I leaned on all of the academic support services Texas A&M has to offer you. My first year wasn't what I expected, and it wasn't easy. I remember going to classes on my first day of college. I remember taking my first exam. It felt like there was a spotlight on me and my pencil. I was experiencing test anxiety. I had never experienced this in my life. I had to take acts of courage and step out and look for help. I learned that Texas A&M has resources to help me. First, I learned that counseling and psychological services offers test anxiety workshops. They provide templates and tell you about tools that are available. Second, the Academic Success Center helped me develop study techniques and habits that help me thrive in classes. Third, the disability resources here at Texas A&M are extensive. Their office helped me find note takers for classes and accommodate my learning needs. For me, I found success through workshops, in meeting one-on-one with my professors, and in defining my learning style. I didn't realize you can meet one-on-one with the Academic Success Center and visit about how to accomplish all of your academic goals for each week. This helped me discover my learning style, helped me go through a change of major, and little did I know, one day I would become a teaching assistant for an infectious disease course. I am so thankful for all the academic support services Texas A&M has offered me, because it has helped me earn my Aggie ring and continue my Aggie journey. Thanks, and gig 'em.
Thank you for sharing your story, London. It's wonderful that you found the support you needed to be successful and happy. Most of the campus resources for A&M students, including counseling and psychological services and the Academic Success Center, are centrally located to be convenient for students. That was great. Thanks a lot. With more than 1,100 on-campus student organizations, every student at Texas A&M has the opportunity to find their community. Isaiah is a junior double majoring in business and finance. He took steps to connect with other Aggies by joining a few clubs. Student organizations are founded on career interests, hobbies, service initiatives, cultural ties, social connections, and much more. Isaiah, please take it away.
Thanks, Alex, and howdy, y'all. When I was first choosing a college, I knew that Texas A&M was a great university academically, but it wasn't until I got here in the fall that I really saw how this huge school could have such a strong community with a rich culture. Once I found which student organizations on campus were right for me, I was able to push myself out of my comfort zone to meet people and make friends. At A&M, there are over 20 freshman leadership organizations where first-year students can instantly find a community and develop skills that will prepare them for the rest of college and their career. I've also been heavily involved in the business honors community, and through that, I've gotten the opportunity to go to different conferences and case competitions around the country. Innovation and creativity are encouraged among students here, and even some of my good friends have started their own COVID-19 task force, where they provided pro bono consulting services for small businesses reeling from the pandemic. In so many parts of Texas A&M's culture, you see our core value of selfless service coming through. One huge way that we show that is by giving back to the community each year through the Big Event. Big Event is the largest one-day student-run community service project in the country. On a Saturday in March, you'll see tens of thousands of students get together and paint houses, plant trees, build decks, or simply lend a hand to local residents. Projects like this have shown me what being an Aggie is all about. Texas A&M has certainly got a place for everyone. I've been able to get plugged in and personally develop a ton throughout my time in college, all while building relationships that'll last a lifetime. Back to you, Alex.
Thank you, Isaiah. It sounds like you've really found your people. This was the 40th anniversary of the Big Event, and other schools across the country have adopted it as well. Aggies really like to create things that make a positive impact on society and their communities. Thanks again. Texas A&M knows that its students might have interests that span beyond their career field. Raham is about to graduate with her degree in industrial distribution and has passions beyond just that. Organizations and different student services equip students to explore these passions outside of their degree plans. Tell us more, Raham.
Thank you, Alex. Howdy. I'm gonna miss saying that when I graduate. Growing up, I moved around a lot. I spent my childhood traveling overseas due to my dad's job in the oil business, which gave me my love for engineering. As a kid, I used to do soccer camps at Texas A&M University, and I knew I always wanted to be an Aggie. Being here was a huge culture shift for me. Now as a senior, I'm so grateful to be here. Back in my home country, in Egypt, there would be a crowd full of students at each lab station. At A&M, it's very hands-on and personal. It's so crazy to think how far I've come. Being a first-generation student opened up so many doors for my future. I've made connections between my academic interests, studying industrial distribution, a combination of business and STEM, and my love for entrepreneurship with the McFerrin Center. The Texas A&M University McFerrin Center of Entrepreneurship offers many organizations and lecture series like Entrepreneurs Exposed, where Aggie entrepreneurs answer questions about business creation and processes with current students. They also offer events that we can attend to see alumni who started their own businesses. Whatever major you choose, you won't just learn about it at Texas A&M University. You can explore interests outside your field of study that inspire you to pursue passions. Pairing our Aggie core values and the invaluable professional skills I'm learning, I feel prepared for my career after graduation. I wake up every day wanting to be my best version of myself. Like the McFerrin Center motto states, we are what we think, therefore think excellence. That's my story. Back to you, Alex.
Thank you, Raham. It's so interesting that you were able to pursue business and engineering during your time at Texas A&M. I love the McFerrin Center motto. We are what we think, therefore think excellence. Feel like a lot of Aggies practice that philosophy. Texas A&M prides itself on its unique traditions. A few of these center around Aggie athletics. Kenner is a student athlete on the Aggie tennis team, one of the 20 NCAA varsity sports, and he's studying business and finance. He'll coach us through some of the exciting traditions dating back to the early 1900s. Kenner, the ball is in your court.
Thanks, Alex, and howdy, everyone. From the moment I stepped on campus and put on the maroon and white for the very first time, I felt honored to continue the legacy of excellence carried by so many athletes before me. Since I was 10 years old, I always felt like I belonged here. There's nothing quite like the adrenaline in the locker room before a big match, or the excitement as you're standing next to some of your best friends and teammates before the national anthem. My biggest draw as a student and as an athlete is the traditions at Aggieland. I'll never forget the first time I walked into Kyle Field for Midnight Yell. Midnight Yell is a tradition where Aggies gather the night before a home game for songs and fables. Seeing this made me realize that every time I competed, I had one of the largest student bodies in the nation behind me. Another name for this student body, the 12th man, with 11 players on the football field, all Aggies in the crowd will stand through the duration of an entire game, showing their support as the 12th man, ready to fill in for a player at any time. As an athlete here, you're provided with everything you need to succeed. Here at A&M, we have some of the best training facilities, coaching staff, and nutrition centers in the nation. It's honestly hard to beat being an athlete here at Texas A&M. Balancing my schoolwork with practice, competition, and everything else that comes with being a student athlete is tough, but I honestly wouldn't change any of it. As I put on my Aggie ring every morning and get opportunities to represent the university both on and off the tennis court, I realize how truly special a place like A&M is. I hope to see you at our next home match, Alex. Thanks, and gig 'em.
Thanks, Kenner. Aggieland seems like a fun place to be a student athlete with phenomenal training facilities, excellent staff, and loyal fans. The 12th man tradition dates back 100 years, and it's amazing to see a tradition continue to live on in its current and former Aggies. That was great. Texas A&M tries to ease the transition to college for every student by offering many different support systems. Lindsay, a junior studying biomedical sciences and Spanish, is taking advantage of a few of these resources during her time in Aggieland. Lindsay, talk to us about how you felt supported here.
Thanks, Alex. Hey, everyone. The thought of attending Texas A&M University as a first-generation college student was a dream come true, as it represented so much hard work from both myself and my family. However, it came with a lot of pressure of trying to ensure I was doing everything correctly, as well as understanding the unwritten rules of college. Thanks to the academic support provided during my freshman year to help navigate college, I can now give back to the amazing faculty that allowed me to embrace what being first gen is. I now help mentor for the Ruth First Generation Center, where I co-facilitate a class of first-generation students and help provide them with all the resources on campus. We build a sense of belonging to ensure their success, not only through their first year, but throughout their entire academic journey at A&M. This is all possible thanks to the Office for Student Success, created in 2019 to help retain more students and increase graduation rates. Some other programs include academic advising, the Ruth First Gen Center, and the Transfer Student Program. I'm actually studying biomedical sciences because their academic staff was so welcoming and so knowledgeable about the program. I want to go into healthcare because I have such a passion for helping others, and I feel like the same spirit is reflected in so many others at Texas A&M. No matter what you end up doing, know that there will always be someone on campus to help you. If it weren't for their special programming, I would have never achieved the dream of receiving my Aggie ring, as well as receiving a competitive advantage for my career. That's all for me. Now back to you, Alex.
Thank you, Lindsay. Resources like the Ruth First Gen Center, the Veteran Resource and Support Center, and the Department of Multicultural Services are here to help Aggies get from their first day to their Aggie Ring Day to graduation and beyond. Let's meet Jacob, a senior business honors student who is here to tell us about his Aggie ring. More than 520,000 former students make up the Aggie network, and these Aggies are spread out all over the world. Students say when you see someone wearing an Aggie ring, you know you met someone with shared experiences and values. Go for it, Jacob.
Brother Alex, thank you, and howdy, y'all. Texas A&M is filled with a rich and vibrant culture. It is phenomenal. You'll never find a university that has so many traditions and connections between people. One of my favorite Aggie traditions is Ring Day. Unlike any other university, nearly every student at Texas A&M will buy their class ring and wear that ring for life. The ring serves as an indication of trust and always starts a conversation. I've created friendships with Aggies in California, South America, and even the Middle East because I know that when I see an Aggie ring, I can trust whoever's wearing it. I bet you didn't know that A&M has a branch campus in Doha, Qatar. Our Aggie culture is so welcoming that a fellow student invited me to go live with him and his family in Doha, Qatar for a week without even knowing me prior to asking. It's stories like these that represent the welcoming atmosphere, even though the university is so massive. Growing up, football was always important to me. So when it's finally time for game day here, it is incredible to be immersed in the experience with 100,000 other fans. On game days, campus and the surrounding community focus all of their attention on Kyle Field. Standing throughout the entire football game as a student section and watching the yell leaders who keep us pumped throughout the game, we create one of the most intimidating atmospheres in all of college football. From midnight yell on Friday nights to kickoff and singing the war hymn, it is so much fun to know that I'm a part of something way bigger than myself. Texas A&M has molded my characters and values, along with giving me a phenomenal degree in business honors. Because of this, I'm confident that any Aggie will be successful in whatever they choose to do. After graduating, I will be moving to Los Angeles, California to work a corporate job while also pursuing my passion of acting. Brother Alex, it's back to you.
Jacob, how cool is it that your time in Aggieland took you across the world to Doha because of the connections you made right here? Thanks for sharing, and thanks for elaborating on some of the other amazing traditions at Texas A&M. Trying to find a place where you fit in can be daunting, but Texas A&M's size and diverse student population prove there's a place for everyone. Kenya is a junior recreation, park, and tourism sciences major. Kenya, tell us how you found your home in Aggieland.
Thank you, Alex. Howdy, y'all. As a first-generation college student, applying for colleges was an extreme challenge, and I spent the majority of my time worrying about leaving my family behind. But when I came to Texas A&M, I found a home away from home, and over time, I grew and discovered more about myself. Starting my freshman year, I was blown away by the welcoming environment and friendly Aggies. I immediately knew that Texas A&M was where I belonged. Growing up in South Texas, or better known as the Valley, and coming from a predominantly Mexican area, my culture, family, and heritage have an extreme importance and significance to me. During my second semester of college, I came across Ballet Folclórico Celestial, a Mexican folklorico dance group on campus. This organization has helped me connect, represent, and express my beautiful Mexican heritage. I met the most amazing people who shared that same love for our culture, and some were even from the Valley. We perform at school events, local communities, and strive to share Texas A&M's hidden treasure. We are affiliated with the Department of Multicultural Services, which helps Aggies from all walks of life find their place and promotes inclusive culture on campus. This year, Texas A&M officially became a Hispanic-Serving Institution. This past September, I was given the opportunity of a lifetime, performing on stage with Pierce the Veil, a famous Mexican alternative rock band. Representing my culture, organization, and university was an absolute honor and showed me exactly what it means to be an Aggie. Wearing the beautiful dresses and performing with so much pride gives me a feeling that words can't explain. My experience at Texas A&M has shaped me into the person that I am today and has given me so many amazing opportunities that I would never imagine were possible. Back to you, Alex.
Kenya, thank you for sharing your passion for Ballet Folklorico. Texas A&M is recognized as a Hispanic-Serving Institution, meaning a large portion of its student body identifies as Hispanic. In fact, A&M ranks within the top 10 in most enrolled students identifying as Hispanic Latinx. Thanks again, Kenya. Texas A&M's values of discipline, integrity, selfless service, and honor are upheld by the oldest student organization on campus, the Corps of Cadets. Here to tell us more is Grayson. Grayson is a business honors major and senior in the Corps of Cadets. Lead the way, Grayson.
Thanks, Alex, and howdy, y'all. My great-grandfather was in the Corps, class of 1940. My mom graduated from Texas A&M, class of 1993. Texas A&M has been in my blood for a long time. I've found something special at Texas A&M and within the Corps of Cadets that's more than a community, more than camaraderie, more than an education. It's a family for me. In the Corps of Cadets, every member lives in one centralized location on campus that we call the Quad. We begin every morning with formation, followed by an hour of physical training and breakfast in Duncan, the cadet dining hall. After breakfast, cadets clean up and prepare for the academic day. Once classes are done, we have afternoon training time. This could be a former student speaking on a career path or practicing drills together for the upcoming football march-in. In the evening, we gather on the Quad where we honor the colors, our official flags, and march into Duncan for another meal together. The day is concluded with evening study time and organization meetings. Everything during our day is centered around learning to lead during our time at A&M. Students are not participants, we run the program. In the Corps, we do hard things that matter, knowing that our hard work will make us the world changers of tomorrow. We make leaders of character that care about leaving a positive legacy in the military, the private, and public sectors. From here, we march on. I plan to start my career as a strategy analyst at Deloitte Consulting. I know that I'm not simply taking an education with me. I'm taking away a holistic experience that is preparing me to lead well and adapt on all fronts. Back to you, Alex.
Grayson, thank you for telling us what you're learning as a member of the Corps and Texas A&M. It sounds like you're making the most of your time in Aggieland, and it looks like your time and effort will equip you for success after graduation. Kim is a senior studying management, public health, and entrepreneurship, and leader of Maroon Out, one of the many traditions at Texas A&M. The student body and football fans take their loyalty and dedication to a whole new level by decking the entire football stadium, Kyle Field, in maroon. Tell us more about it, Kim. Take it away.
Thanks, Alex, and howdy, everyone. I always knew I wanted to attend Texas A&M, but I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty nervous about how successful I was gonna be at such a big university. I knew I wanted to get involved, and I knew I wanted to give back. But how could I, a first-generation student, do that? The moment I stepped on campus, all those nerves disappeared. Texas A&M prides itself on our 1,100 student organizations. My freshman year, I joined Maroon Out and applied for the leadership role. I served that year and have been blessed to continue to serve every year since. Maroon Out started in 1998 when A&M went against number 2 Nebraska. Junior class president at the time, Kyle Valentine, wanted to give the Aggies an extra boost of spirit by matching Nebraska's famous sea of red with an even bigger sea of maroon. Leading up to the game, 31,000 Maroon Out shirts were sold, leading to a national shortage in maroon shirts. Every year since, Maroon Out has created a shirt and proceeds have gone back to traditions and supporting student organizations at Texas A&M. Student organizations provided me with more resources I never even knew existed and helped me build my Aggie network. Every chance I get, I will always advocate for involvement on campus because it will provide you an opportunity to serve others and give back in a way like no other. Looking back, I'd be a completely different person had I not joined student organizations. I probably wouldn't even have the confidence to be on the show. It's hard, but once you take a chance on yourself, you will make an impact, you will help others, and you might even inspire someone else. Do you want to get involved, Alex?
Kim, thanks for explaining how getting involved can enhance someone's college experience. We're so happy Texas A&M's traditions empowered you to share your leadership story, and to think it all started as one student's initiative that turned into an annual display of school pride. Keep up the great work. From wildlife and fisheries to aerospace engineering to visual and performing arts, students can conduct groundbreaking research and pursue any passion. Devontae is a graduate student in the Department of Performance Studies. His time at Texas A&M has been defined by top-tier resources and unique opportunities to hone his craft and help others. The stage is all yours, Devontae.
Greetings, Alex. I grew up watching Kung Fu thinking it's the coolest art form, so I started training. I got my black stash, went to China, competed in the Gay Olympics, and realized that it's a deeply healing and transformative practice. Here at A&M, the Performance Studies Department is helping me to psychoanalyze these practices to understand how we can use them to heal ourselves. I'm supported by stellar faculty who listen to all my wild ideas and give me very helpful suggestions. I have access to facilities, musical instruments, and props that I can use in my teaching and training, and an entire collection dedicated to martial arts literature in one of the 5 libraries. I'm so lucky to have opportunities to teach martial arts philosophy and healing Kung Fu movements to students and faculty. This means I have direct feedback on the impact of my work, which is a rare opportunity. I'm also inspired by my colleagues who are doing really cool research on topics like improv comedy, international theater techniques, and music styles born out of struggle and strife. I also love how A&M is supporting the work that I do outside of school. I'm a monk who started a wellness business during the pandemic, and as things have opened up, I've gotten the opportunity to hold Qigong, dance, and meditation classes through the Rec Center and with some student organizations. Doing so has really helped others de-stress and deal with burnout. Before I came to A&M, I didn't expect my research to expand this rapidly, but it did. And I'm grateful for all the support I've received, especially because I feel like I'm undertaking such important research. We all need healing right now. Back to you, Alex.
Devontae, thank you for sharing. The resources at Texas A&M help make the Aggie experience truly unique. Even with such a large student body, the campus boasts 5 libraries, 3 art galleries, and countless study spots and green spaces for students to learn and be creative. Meet Sarisha. She's a junior majoring in allied health, and she'll tell us how Texas A&M prepares students for life after graduation. The Aggie Network spans the globe, with over 520,000 students having attended Texas A&M since its establishment. That creates a vast network to lean on as students transition into their careers. Sarisha, tell us more.
Thanks, Alex. Growing up, I always knew I wanted to come to Texas A&M after hearing what a great place it was from my father, who studied here as well. At first, I was a bit nervous about what it would be like to meet complete strangers and work with them in projects and in organizations, but once I got here, I quickly learned there was nothing I needed to worry about. There is truly a space for everyone here. I have met so many nice, interesting, and accepting people during my time here, and they have all worked to form a special environment at this school. And once you graduate from Texas A&M, you get to join the Aggie Network, our extensive alumni network. Aggies help other Aggies during and after our time here, and that is what the Aggie Network is all about. I personally work in an area where I get to talk directly to former students who come from all over the world, forming a vast web of Aggies. Over 500,000 people have attended A&M, and those former students are passionate about connecting with graduating students to bring them into their industries and communities. Most have benefited from the Aggie Network in some way, whether that be through finding work or connecting with people they may have met. We also have a career center on campus, which provides workshops, advising, and so much more to help Aggies connect with future employers. Alumni and current students, like my father and I,
truly know the quality of the education and friendships we have here, and that allows us to be successful and help others who have been in or are in our shoes succeed as well. Well, that's all for me. Back to you, Alex.
Thank you for telling us about your experience, Sarisha. It sounds like the Aggie Network and the Career Center are invaluable resources for students at Texas A&M. The Career Center is also available to Aggies after they graduate, which is awesome. Take care. Texas A&M prioritizes equipping students to be leaders after graduating. Let's hear from Chandler, an industrial and systems engineering major. Her involvement in student organizations helps her find academic success in her classes and connects her with other students striving to do the same. Chandler, tell us about your Aggie journey.
Thanks, Alex. Howdy. After researching engineering schools that are both nationally ranked and close to home, I inevitably landed on A&M. Here, I received the tools, knowledge, and connections to make an impact on and off campus. I knew I was destined to be a leader at A&M. My roles on 2 freshman executive boards and later serving as the membership chair for the National Society of Black Engineers, or NSBE, and as representative for the Society of Women Engineers helped me gain an inside look into the engineering industry while connecting my learning from the classroom. Outside of engineering, I won the Pi Omicron Miss Black and Gold Scholarship Pageant for Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated, which exists to highlight the connections between confidence, etiquette, and success among young Black women. As you can see, A&M offers a multitude of activities for students looking to lead others, find their community, and represent their passions. Being a student at A&M is a big deal, and corporate representatives love to employ engineering students and graduates. Before beginning my junior year, I had 2 years of internship experience and a return offer for next summer. As president, I spearheaded the NSBE Corporate Mixer and connected our members to over 25 companies looking for NSBE talent. There's no place like A&M to set you up for a successful future. I feel I've grown tremendously, not only as a student and a leader, but also as a culturally responsible Black woman during this social awakening. Less than 4% of engineering bachelor's degrees are awarded to minority women, and I'm working every day to combat these statistics. Texas A&M's award-winning programs and activities have placed me in a position to leave my mark on campus and look forward to post-grad life. Thanks for listening, and back to you, Alex.
Thank you, Chandler, for showing us how you can learn to be a leader at Texas A&M. From freshman year to graduation, Aggies develop their skills and leave their mark on campus. But they are also preparing for the mark they will leave on the world after they graduate. What an amazing episode! Texas A&M's sprawling campus is filled with unique history, vibrant campus culture, and vast opportunities with more than 140 fields of study and 1,100 student organizations. These Aggies love their traditions. They also try to live up to their core values of respect, excellence, leadership, loyalty, integrity, and selfless service. Thank you to all the Aggies who shared their stories and welcomed us to Aggieland. You can learn more about Texas A&M on Instagram or visit Texas A&M's website. Better yet, come see this beautiful campus and hear that friendly howdy for yourself. Thanks and giggle.